40 Days to the Cross, a Season of Sacrifice. Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Gary, and I'm so thankful that you've given us a few moments of your time each day in this journey leading us to Easter Sunday. Our confession psalm today is Psalm 103, verses 8 through 14. The Lord is compassionate and gracious, slow to anger and abounding in loving kindness. He will not always strive with us, nor will he keep his anger forever. He has not dealt with us according to our sin, nor rewarded us according to our iniquities. For as high as the heavens are above the earth, so great is his loving kindness toward those who fear him. As far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. Just as a father has compassion on his children, so the Lord has compassion on those who fear him. For he himself knows our frame. He is mindful that we are but dust. That is such a great passage. Journal your thoughts, and let's be prepared to take all of this before the Lord in prayer in just a moment. Our New Testament reading today is Mark chapter 14, verses 53 through 65. They led Jesus away to the high priest, and all the chief priests and the elders and the scribes gathered together. Peter had followed him at a distance right into the courtyard of the high priest, and he was sitting with the officers and warming himself at the fire. Now the chief priest and the whole council kept trying to obtain testimony against Jesus to put him to death, and they were not finding any. For many were giving false testimony against him, but their testimony was not consistent. Some stood up and began to give false testimony against him, saying, "We heard him say, 'I will destroy this temple made with hands, and in 3 days I will build another made without hands.'" Not even in this respect was their testimony consistent. The high priest stood up and came forward and questioned Jesus, saying, "Do you not answer? What is this these men are testifying against you?" But he kept silent and did not answer. Again, the high priest was questioning him and saying to him, "Are you the Christ, the Son of the Blessed One?" And Jesus said, "I am. And you shall see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of power and coming with the clouds of heaven." Tearing his clothes, the high priest said, "What further need do we have of witnesses? You have heard the blasphemy. How does it seem to you?" And they all condemned him to be deserving of death. Some began to spit at him and to blindfold him and to beat him with their fist and say to him, "Prophesy." And the officers received him with slaps in the face. That is a riveting, blow by blow, if you will, narrative of the Savior sitting before his accusers. Well, our reflection time today is from one of the church fathers of bygone days, John Chrysostom. And he writes this on this narrative: "Admire the self-command of his disciples, who relate these things with exactness. Here we clearly see their disposition as they truthfully relate the things that seem to be scornful. Disguising nothing, nor being ashamed, they rather account it as great glory, as indeed it was, that the Lord of the universe should endure to suffer such things for us. This shows both his unutterable tenderness and the inexcusable wickedness of these men. For neither did Christ fail in gentleness, nor they of insolence and cruelty in what they did and spoke. These things the prophet Isaiah foretold, proclaiming beforehand, and by one word intimating all this insolence for. For like as many were astonished at you, he said, so shall your form beheld and inglorious of men, and your glory of the sons of men. Indeed, they inflicted the blows that are most insulting of all, buffeting, smiting with the palms of their hands, and adding to these blows the insult of spitting at him. And the words teeming again with much derision they spoke, saying, "Prophesy to us, you Messiah. Who is it that struck you?" Because the multitude called him a prophet. But another disciple said that they covered his face and with his own garment and did these things. And though they had in the midst of them some vile and worthless fellow, these things let us read continually. These things let us hear again. These things let us write in our minds, for these are our honors. In these things do I take a pride, not only in the thousands of dead he raised, but also in the sufferings which he endured. These things Paul puts forward in every way: the cross, the death, and the sufferings, the revilings, the insults, the scoffs. And now he says, let us then go bear the abuse he endured. And now, who for the sake of the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross, disregarding its shame. Well, John Chrysostom writes a powerful insight for reflection, doesn't he? And it takes some time to digest this, but it is powerful in its quality and in its structure. Well, our response today is, what does it mean to you that Christ suffered scorn and reproach for your sake? Jesus was brought outside of Jerusalem to die like a criminal. Paul says we must go outside the camp and bear the abuse he endured. What does it mean to you that no matter how much shame you might feel, you must follow Christ? How is this radically present in your life? Wow. Contemplate all of this, digest it, and let's take it before the Lord in prayer. Thank you for being with me on this devotion for today. And until we can meet again, we bid you Godspeed. Bye for now.